All right, boys, November the 5th, it's about 8:51. We're going to look at the Manticore and the Deus 2 HF2 Coil version 310. Now, we are going to look at one piece of foil here that reads in gold ring range with both of these machines. Okay, there it is. You know, you can get tangled up. A lot of people will try to use pinpoint and shit like that, you know, trying to determine the size of a target, you know. Well, you know, that can be time consuming as well, huh? Some people would probably say, well, I'd never dig that. That's probably too big for a ring. Well, I don't know about that. Okay, we're looking at this right here, okay? Now, that's part of a cat food aluminum lid that I've cut. It's got this circular hole in it, sorta. It is enclosed. The purpose of this video is to maybe suggest, and I've not cut that yet. So what we're going to be watching for on that Manticore, when I cut that, am I still in gold ring range? What that would suggest, this machine may be able to be run with lower notch in modern trash sites and expose small gold rings that are unbroken. Yes, you would have to check some trash reading lower, probably, okay, but we're going to see what happens here. I've not swept the Manticore. I will cut that though, okay? We'll show the Deus 2 here first. Okay. This is the foil. We'll look at it first here. The foil is 29 kilohertz channel 0, 3 inches above. You see the screen there. 89 kilohertz channel 6. The same ID. That suggests not a ring-shaped enclosed target based on everything I'm seeing with this equipment here. Alright. Now this one. 29 kilohertz, 3 inches above. I've got 68 in the window. I'm transitioning to the 89 kilohertz channel 6. You see that? I got an instant 5-point rise. So in the wild, using this machine looking for ring-shaped targets, the sharpshooter would have to dig that. I wouldn't fool around with pinpoint and trying to say, oh, well, that maybe it's too big to be a ring. I would just dig it. Save time. Get it out of the ground. But the way it behaves, you know, it could be a circular enclosure. Likely mid to lower conductor. Okay, so I'm going to turn this machine off. I'm going to leave the camera run, but I will have to turn the camera off because that Deus 2 takes a little while to get fired up. Here comes the Manticore. Alright. Now this is all-terrain low conductors, okay, horseshoe button out over the foil. Now I know that's in gold ring range because I've got 2 gold rings. It reads a point less than that foil right there, 10 karat gold rings. So you see what I've got in the meter there. 3 inches above, you see that. Now if you get down real close, you're going to smear a target because of the closeness of the coil. You may get a smeared screen on a good target. Okay, you see the dot there? You see your ID. All-terrain general, 3 inches above. You see what you've got there. Now the all-terrain high conductors, I've got some disc in the machine, but I'm going to mash the horseshoe button. So we've seen virtually the same everything on that foil, didn't we? We don't get any kind of data telling us, should we dig that or should we walk? Okay, we're going back to alternate low conductors. Okay, now we're over this device here that I have cut. 33. I've got a good clean dot down there, okay? Horseshoe button out. Alright. All-terrain general. I've got a good clean dot, 33, about the same ID. All-terrain high conductors. I'm going to match the horseshoe because I had disc in the machine. You see what we've got there? We've got the same ID. 33. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to take those scissors and we're going to cut that. Because I'm curious to see where this machine's going to read this. Is it still going to be in the gold ring range? Alright, camera back on. Now, I've not even turned that Deus 2 back on. I left the Manticore on. I took the scissors. You see what I've done right there? Okay. So we're not going to look at the foil anymore. We're in all-terrain low conductors. Oh, you see that? Here's the foil though. You see that? So we're very close to that foil over there that I know reads in gold ring range on that Deus 2. And I believe it reads in gold ring range on this machine. So you see that. Alright. All-terrain general. All-terrain high conductors. You see that? Got a good clean dot down there, don't I? You see that? We even looked at a fast program. Different audio, but you see the dot. So in the wild, that looks like that could be a gold ring, huh? It could be. Based on the dot, based on the ID. And I believe that is in gold ring range, 12 on this machine. Okay? It might be a smaller gold ring. I don't know how low a gold ring can read on this machine. Here's the fast program on the foil. Alright, so I'm going to turn the camera off. That's not moving. You see the cut in it there. And we seen the ID come down on this machine here, didn't we? The ID of the target came down. But the dot sure didn't change, did it? The dot looks good. Alright, camera back on. The wind is building out here, boys and girls. This is the 29 kilohertz band, channel 0. The 89 kilohertz band, channel 6. So you have to follow along in this video. You'll see what that read before I cut it there. You see that right there. Okay, so here's 29 kilohertz channel 0. See the ID has come down. Okay. 89 kilohertz channel 6. You notice we only see a 2-point rise on that target, unlike we did before we cut it, correct? Okay, back to the 89 kilohertz, we'll sweep again. Here's the foil. So the foil reads higher than that does now. Okay, now remember though, I used that. Wonder if that was a little denser. Would suggest in that condition it could read even higher on that Manticore, as well as this machine. You see that? 29 kilohertz channel 0, here's 89 kilohertz channel 6. Look at that. Okay, so in that configuration in the wild, the sharpshooter, he would walk on that bullshit, okay? But uncut, he would dig it. With that machine over there, well, what do? That is going to conclude the video.